enforcement of civil judgments between the two legal jurisdictions within the one country. And the power to do this comes from Article 95 of the Basic Law, which is Hong Kong's constitutional document, and that essentially provides that the judicial organs of each jurisdiction should cooperate and create mechanisms to facilitate enforcement. So in the arbitration space, probably the most interesting for this audience is the arrangement on interim measures and interim relief, which came in 2019. And this is relatively new, but it's quite tried and tested already. Under the arrangement, a party to arbitral proceedings seated in Hong Kong and administered by one of the qualifying institutions can apply for interim relief in aid of their arbitration in mainland China. And this has been a very powerful mechanism. In terms of the type of relief that it applies to, there's three different types of relief. The first is asset preservation, which is essentially a freezing injunction or a Moreover injunction, as we would understand that in a common law sense. The second type of interim relief is evidence preservation, and the third is conduct preservation. And the way that these orders work is it's a two-stage process. So the party to the arbitration will apply to the institution, the qualifying institution, generally HKIC, but Hong Kong Mag is also one of them. And the HKIC or the qualifying institution will issue a letter of request, usually within around 24 hours. And that letter of request is then couriered up to the relevant mainland Chinese court. And then the application is made to the mainland Chinese court as a second stage process in the place, where the place in mainland China where the enforcement is needed. So generally where the assets are going to be located or where the person against whom the order is sought is located. And the only caveat to this procedure is that there are only 9 particular arbitral institutions that are qualified to have this power to issue the letter of request. HKIC is one of them, ICC Asia office in Hong Kong is another one, and for the purposes of this talk, Hong Kong Mag is the relevant one for maritime arbitration. One of the questions that I get asked quite frequently is how effective has this mechanism been? And HKIC are very open about publishing their statistics in terms of how frequently the procedure is being used and how effective it has been in terms of freezing assets.